Hey everyone! Last time on our coverage of Astonishing Wolverine and Spider-Man, our heroes found themselves flung back in time to prehistoric Earth. After coming back, they found themselves on a new post-apocalyptic Earth. So check out this video for what happens next, and watch as Logan plans to kill another planet. Before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more comic book recaps. In the ruined Earth of a dark future, Peter still finds himself teaching science, though now to a group of sentient apes. In his spare time, he's been collecting every scrap of superhero technology or artifact he can get a hold of, in the desperate hope of finding something that can be used to fix this timeline, or at the very least, be used to defend Peter Parker against what's coming. Peter and his lab assistant, an ape friend named MacLeod, even found a cosmic cube, but it is depowered and they have not been able to reactivate it. The two are alarmed to hear that the one who destroyed the Earth and wiped out all other humans is coming, and Peter knows he doesn't have much time left. Once again, without hope, he seeks out Logan, who is now worshipped by the ape people of this era as a sort of messiah. Wolverine is once again annoyed to see Spider-Man, the latter of whom is using a costume he found in a wax museum. Logan knows what's coming too, and he also knows that the two of them are no match alone against something that was able to wipe out the entire Earth. And Peter clearly hasn't found a useful weapon to use against this being, since otherwise he would have never bothered to approach Logan to begin with. Wolverine, at this point, has clearly given up, and Spider-Man points out that their positions have reversed. In the ancient past, Logan stayed with the ape people and taught them to survive, leading them to survive beyond even the human race after the humans were wiped out, while Peter lived in isolation. And in the future, Peter has embraced living with this community, while Logan sulks in solitude. It is only at this point that Logan finally mentions to Peter that he found someone watching him back in the time of the dinosaurs, and ultimately agrees to be there with Peter when needed for a fight. Logan insists he is not the religious figure the tribe views him as, though, and refuses to be any source of inspiration for them or to lead them any further. The older man tries to explain how he feels to a frustrated Peter Parker, but Spider-Man leaves before the man can offer him a drink. When Spider-Man takes a moment to think for himself about all of this, he is suddenly attacked by the villain that started this whole mess, the Orb. The Orb seems to have been traveling through time like the heroes, but has been relentlessly pursued and rambles about figures like the Minuteman and this being called the Tsar. The Orb demands that Spider-Man give him the diamonds that sent them through time, but Peter does not understand, nor does he have the diamonds. Before the Orb can explain any further or do anything else, a portal opens, and the villain is captured. At that moment, Spider-Man is contacted by the tribe. They may have finally found something of use. Peter is taken to a cave riddled with the logo of the X-Men, and a bunker within. Inside that, they find a chest with a symbol of the Phoenix on it. Spider-Man doesn't recognize the chest, but he knows the meaning of the symbol and is terrified. Nevertheless, he is able to study it and determine that while this weapon can be used to save them, the tribe, everyone, it will cost the user their life. When Peter goes to explain all of this to the elders of the tribe, his spider sense suddenly goes off, and he knows that the world-ending threat is finally here. The legends say, sensing his death was near, he was able to save himself by transferring his mind. Not to another human, but the only being large enough to contain his ego. The process cost everyone on Earth their lives, but Doom, the living planet, was born. This enormous being unleashes his heralds, a mighty army from another dimension called the Annihilation Wave. Peter has the Devil Dinosaur evacuate the tribe while he goes to retrieve the chest. It turns out to contain a gun with a single bullet containing the world-killing power of the Phoenix, and couldn't be a better weapon against Doom. The only downside being that it will destroy the user's body. Logan figures if anyone is going to kill a planet, if anyone is going to sacrifice themselves for this, it ought to be him. As he sets out, Wolverine doesn't realize he is being watched by a gang working on behalf of the mysterious figure known as the Tsar. The leader of the gang is finally ready to kill Spider-Man and Wolverine, and he smiles with diamond-studded teeth.